So we'll be starting this chukker off with a roll in from the middle of the field, from the centre of the two fields. And to come out here in this chukker, Zedan to come out on Tostado, Gatto to come out on Ola, Pelagio to come back out on Fatal, and Lucas Monteverde to come out on the big Irish thoroughbred gelding by the name of Homeless. Ahmed to come out here on Ellie. Augustine Canali to come out on Lola. Diego to come back out on Bajense, and Jero on Gnocchi.
It's like, yeah.
So we've got a full complement of players out there on the field. If everybody could stand back behind the safety zones, we'll get the second half of this match underway with umpire Bam bowling the ball in the play it is. Looking for that one there is Monteverde. Monteverde backs that one in towards the traffic once more, but it's sent back further out there by Jero, but we get a whistle on the play this time. So the umpires moving forward here, progressing this penalty further up the field, putting the team into the position they would have been if Ganagandara on Familora had been able to pass this one up the field. And so we'll have a 60-yard penalty, a penalty 4 in favour of Zedan, to be teed up there by Lucas Monteverde. As I said, riding the thoroughbred gelding from Ireland, called Homeless. Lucas strives, he shoots along the ground, the bouncing ball. Augustine Canali couldn't stop that one, but it stopped there this time by, it was Ahmed. It gets taken forward, and then the backhand comes in, but we get another whistle on the play. Butter wouldn't melt in that mouth there of Pelagio Berizadi, saying, what do you mean, it couldn't possibly be me. But he just swooped on, possibly in front of Ahmed, to play the play, and the ball will be now moved up to the halfway line for a penalty in favour of the Wolves. In the meantime, Gaston Lethero just assists Zedan, having a little bit of stirrup issue today. So the ball being teed up there by Augustin Canali for Geronimo de Carril to bring back into play once again for the Wolves from the halfway. 6 goals is Zedan, 4 goals is the Wolves. Gero, a good driving shot there by Geronimo. Geronimo sends out the front door past all the players on that one there. It's going all the way, but it looks like he's going to have to try and stop this one here. Pushing, working on that one hard, trying to get onto it is Diego. The backhand comes in here now, but we get a whistle on the play. So it looks like the ball's going to be placed down there on the back line, or just in play, for the ball to be brought back into play there by Zedan, as Lucas Monteverde looks to tee this ball up.
Holmes thinks it's a bit big for Lucas Monteverde. Holmes is a bit tall for what Lucas is used to play there.
So Lucas brings the ball into play here now. Lucas coming in, getting the spoiling play, and a lovely spoiling play there by Canali. He tries to keep this one in play, and unfortunately it just beats him out over the back line. A lovely little attacking spoiling play by Augustin, but out over the back line it goes. So the ball will be placed on the back line where the ball went out of play for Lucas Monteverde once again to bring back into play. Lucas taps the ball forward. Lucas drives the ball up the field here now, sends that one up there, beautifully there for Zedan. Zedan comes onto this one here, gets a good driving shot there, does Zedan. Amma goes up past Ahmed on this one here now, takes it up over the halfway line, takes that ball off the boards here this time now. It is Zedan and Ahmed. Zedan coming through once again. Zedan unfortunately gets off a little bit of cane there this time, but as far as Diego Raja clearing the backhand out there for the Wolves, trying to get onto his Gero, but first onto it once more is going to be Pelagio, sends it in under the tail once more to straight feed this one up here this time for the near side play there of Gato Gandar, and puts it through the goal. But it looks like we possibly have a whistle on the play. When a player comes in on the near side, they have to be parallel to that line and play the ball on the near side and remain parallel on that line if the player has been forced by an oncoming player. Evidently the umpires deeming that Gato wasn't quite flat enough for their liking. And the ball's placed down for a penalty here now in favour of the Wolves. Gero on the ball here now. Gero goes with a big driving shot, sends this one up here now to get this one up for Canali. Comes up on his near side, comes on onto it. The backhand comes in by Pelagio, working hard each way, but in comes Gero. Gero comes up onto that one there. Geronimo, and we get a whistle on the play. So the umpires just having a quick discussion about that one there, if Lucas Monteverde was impeding the right of way or not. And the final decision is they felt that possibly he was impeding the right of way of Geronimo de Carril. And we have a penalty here now from the halfway line in favour of the Wolves. Here in the fourth chugger, there's 5 minutes 14 on the clock left to play, and it's 6 goals to Zedan, 4 goals to the Wolves. What can they do with this one here now? Geronimo, players called, circles round onto the ball. Gero taps it, keeps it short this time, brings this ball up there towards Lucas Monteverde this time, sends that one out there, tries to send that one up to Canali, but well read there by, it is Lucas Monteverde, gets the ball stolen off in there by Canali. Canali comes up forward with this one here. Canali scurrying back to the back line there, goes with the ball under the neck here. Can he pop that one through? But no, it just pushes it across the face of goal and out to the left-hand side of the goalpost. That one goes as we look at it from the middle of two fields. Couldn't quite find the goals on this occasion here, so the ball will be placed down on that back line once more for Lucas Monteverde to bring back into play. Lucas taps it forward here. Lucas keeps this ball moving forward. Augustine Canali looking to keep him honest and send that ball. He unleashes one here now for the young Gato Gandara. Gato Gandara checks up on the play once more. Goes up with the senses up once more. Gets half stop, but it's picked up further up there by Monteverde. Backed out of it there by Canali. Canali sends it in towards the middle of the field, but it's well read there once more by Monteverde. Lucas Monteverde goes under the neck with this one here, but he leaves that one behind and leaves it now for Gato Gandara. Gato just straightens the play up here now. In onto the play, here comes Gato goes to work. Gato looking to feed his way here through here now. Gato picks the ball up here now. Gato keeps on moving forward. Gato Gandara gets hooked off out of it there, but he's managed to retain possession of the ball. Gato Gandara. Gato gets ridden off there by Araja. Sends a little bit of a backhand, but it's only picked up here now by Pelagio. Pelagio gets stuck in the horse a little bit. Goes forward here now. Meets it there. Beautifully does Diego Araja. Diego on the move. Diego out there in front, just short of the halfway line. Diego Araja on the move. You got Ahmed going up further forward. Can he get the big shot off here this time? Keeps it short. Coming back onto him though is Pelagio. Pelagio comes in with the backhand there, and the backhand just leaves it sitting there for Lucas Monteverde. Lucas Monteverde gets hooked off out of it there. Comes back onto the play once more. There's Monteverde. Monteverde got a little bit of space and time here this time. Lucas drives it. Ricochets off two ponies. Lucas back onto it once more. Lucas onto the ball. Drives it up here this time for Gato. Gato on Fabridora. Gato sends it up here this time, sends it up a little bit further up, tries to come onto it, but first onto it is going to be Canali. Canali sends it back in, but scurrying back onto it is going to be Pelagio. The tail shot comes in, working well these two, feeding it up now for Gato. Gato Gandara onto the play here now. Gato, he gets called off it, leaves it now for Monteverde. Lucas Monteverde sends a driving shot, comes off the back of a pony and out towards the side it goes here this time, allowing Araja to come onto it. Araja sends a good backhand in towards the middle of the field here this time, but we get a whistle on the play. And players scurrying to change ponies here now. It's fast and furious, high-octane polo out here now, and in fact all we left on the field is Zedan and Ahmed Al-Abtor. With Gero back onto Flauta. Diego onto Sviana. Augustine onto Plata. And we've had changes as well there by Lucas Monteverde onto Eterno. Pelagio changed to. Gato changed onto Cordoves. And we have a penalty for a 60-yard penalty here now in favour of Zedan. The score being 6 goals Zedan, 4 goals to the Wolves, and 2:35 on the clock here now in this fourth chuck of this 5-chucker match. Lucas drives, he shoots, it's a beautifully struck penalty, but over the top and clean over the top it is, and up above the head there is the flag. So 7 goals it is now to Zedan, 4 goals to the Wolves, as the two teams make their way back towards the middle of the field for umpire Ban to bowl it in once again. Tim Bam bowls the ball into play it is, off the back of the line out. Can't get onto this one here, was Monteverde, but we get a whistle on the play. As soon as the ball leaves the umpire's hand, a line is created. And you must stay parallel to that line, or you may enter the right of way onto the line of the ball, provided you do so safely. A bit like coming on a slip road onto the main highway. you can come on to provide you safely. You either have to yield and come behind the car, or you go ahead in front if there is enough distance. So the ball's placed down on the spot there for Geronimo de Carril to bring back into play on Flauta. Gero keeps this ball moving forward. Gero looking for his options, takes it the other side, leaving Monteverde out of it here, coming in for the attacking play there, but picked up here now by Diego Araja on the move. Araja flicks the bouncing ball up further forward onto this one here. In comes the spoiling play, the backhand comes in by Gatto, looking to unleash Pelagio on the move here now. Pelagio Berazadi up over the halfway line for Zedan. Berazadi looks to straighten this one up here, gets a bit of cane off that one there and sends it a little bit further deeper, and he's got a very acute angle, and in comes for the ride off is Geronimo de Carril. He comes in, turns the play, comes round once more. It is Pelagio taking the long way round, couldn't quite get onto this one here, but in comes Gero to clear that one away from the goal. Geronimo de Carril sends it up here, up onto the boards now. Going forward is Diego. Gero kicks the bouncing ball, couldn't quite get hold of that one cleanly enough, but leaves the ball now on the boards there for Pelagio, settling down once more. Pelagio has to yield off it, does Diego, does Geronimo, gets called off it, leaves it now for Monteverde. Lucas Monteverde taps this one forward, shortens the angle in towards the goal, goes on the run, now he leaves the ball there for Gato Gandara goes with the driving shot, sends this one out there for the front door, trying to get this one up there for Zedan, but the first back onto it is going to be the backhand of Augustin Canali. Up to Gero under the neck with it this time, out towards the boards, just short of the 60-yard line for Lucas Monteverde, and just had a little bit of a stumble there, picks the pony up, does Geronimo de Carril, and we had a whistle on the play. Gero just coming off the field of play, hitting some soft sand, the pony going down its knees. And the result of this here now is we have a penalty now in favour of the Wolves from the middle of the field. And we have a technical as well being put down on that one there, so this penalty is going to be moved further forward and closer in range. Out on the polo field, ladies and gentlemen, you can have 2 technicals, you can get yellow flagged, you can even be sent off. And if you accumulate too many yellow flags, too many yellow cards, you can be asked to sit down for a match. The next following match, we have a technical there. Sent down, I believe it might be on Lucas Monteverde. As a little bit too much back chat, bit too much dissent there towards the umpires. Last season we had a couple of players leaving the field of play to go and sit down and have a cup of tea for the rest of the match. But this year so far we've had none of those situations. Trying to build the same respect to umpires and referees that we have in polo that we have in rugby. So the ball's being teed up here by Diego Araja for a 60-yard penalty. Diego Araja goes with the driving shot. It looks like a good high lofted shot, but unfortunately, where's that one gone? It looks like it's just drifted wide to the right, so the score remains the same. 4 goals to the Wolves, 7 goals to Dan. Less than 20 seconds to go before the first 2 to goes. The ball's placed there on the back line for Lucas Monteverde to bring back into play. Lucas brings the ball back into play. 7 seconds on the clock as Lucas takes this one up here now. Lucas drives that one up here this time, tries to get that one up for Zedan, doesn't quite get as far as Zedan, it falls there for, there goes the first tutor, it's picked up now by Gatto plays both sides of the horse here now. Gato Gandara on the move. Gatto flicks it away there from Gero, the ball hits the board, so that there will end the chukker, ladies and gentlemen, to end chukker number 4 with the score being 4 goals to the Wolves, 7 goals to Zedan. And in this chucker we'll have Zedan coming out on Lolly. I think it is Vespa for Gatto, Pelagio to come out on Pato, and Lucas Monteverde to come out on Pintura, with Ahmed out there on Bira, Augustin Canali on Principe, Diego on Eloa, and Jero on Quintino. So Timban just lines the two teams up, bowls that ball into play, gets stuck at the twos it is, just looking for that ball there. Augustin Canali just flicks it up a little bit further forward. Gero's on the ball here now. Geronimo with the Kirill. Geronimo just waiting for the players just to yield off it. He just yields off that play himself and leaves it now for Diego. Diego sends it up out there, the front door for Ahmed. Ahmed on the move here now. Ahmed Al Abtor. Ahmed Al Abtor going goalward bound. Ahmed Al Abtor unfortunately gets a bit of cane on that one there. Couldn't quite clear it up. It's now picked up. Now it's now left this time for Zedan turning the play here now. Zedan turning the play. Zedan on the move. Zedan sends a good driving shot up there out towards the halfway line. Zedan and Augustin Canali going back onto this ball here now. But Augustin Canali gets the better of the ride-off, sends the backhand back out towards the balls in the club outside. It gets stopped there by Pelagio Berezzadi. Pelagio picks this one up, but we get a whistle on the play.
Okay, start to move it up to the 16.
So the umpire is just conferring on this one here, and there will be a spot penalty, deeming that the passage of play was more across towards the boards, towards the clubhouse, rather than directly up towards the goals. So the ball will be teed up there for the Wolves to bring back into play once again. Circling around onto the ball here now will be Geronimo de Kirill. Geronimo. Gero drives a lovely lofted drive up the field here, trying to put that one out the front door, but first back onto Pelagio, takes the bouncing ball under the neck here, away from the goal. Mouse does. Pelagio, and Diego comes onto it, gets called off it there by Monteverde. Lucas Monteverde picks the ball up here now. Gero comes in with him as well. Gero comes in with the ride-off, leaves the ball behind there now for Gatto. Gatto sends a one-time shot, trying to get this one up for Pelagio, but first onto it, it's Pelagio couldn't quite pick that one up with the backhand, clearing it away there by Diego. Diego sends it down the field, first back onto it. It's the near side play there of Lucas Monteverde for Gatto Gandara. Gatto goes to work here now. Gatto goes with a little neck shot there. Great clever shot there to get this one up here now for the play there. Trying to come onto it, and it is now Gatto Gandara comes onto the play, but as he does, Gero sitting, waiting. And the two umpires blow the whistle on that, reckoning that Gero had the line of the ball facing directly up the field. So there this time will be moved up the field for a penalty 4 in favour of the Wolves. So ball's placed down the 60-yard line for a penalty in favour of the Wolves. The score, 4 goals to the Wolves, 7 goals are down here in the 5th chukker, and 5.5 minutes left to play. When the first hooter goes, we won't play the sudden death. The chukker Apollo, 7 minutes, we have a first hooter. Then there's 30 seconds of sudden death, where they'll continue to play unless the goal is scored, the ball goes out of play, or a penalty is given.
¿Me están preguntando?
40 o 60.
So the ball's placed there on the 60-yard line for a penalty for Diego Raja to tee up for the Wolves. And Zedan retire back 30 yards from the ball. Diego Raja on Chiquita. Diego Raja, he drives, he shoots, he should drop short, he gets stopped, plucked out of the air there by Monteverde, right in the teeth of goals. Monteverde looks to clear this one away, and a beautiful standing driving shot up here now. First back onto this one, looks like it is going to be Jero. Jero comes onto it with Pelagio, sends the backhand in towards the middle of the field, but first onto it once more is going to be Ahmed, comes onto it, but he's unfortunately just in front of Gato. So Gato Gandara establishing himself onto the line a little bit more on the right of way. And a penalty is being given for a penalty from the halfway line in favour of Zedan, to be teed up by Lucas Monteverde. Lucas Monteverde has a big driving shot up the front door, trying to get this one up there for Pelagio. Pelagio, but unfortunately the ball's going to beat them clear out over the back line. So the ball's placed there on the back line for Geronimo de Carril to bring back into play once more. Jero for the Wolves, 4:50 on the clock. Here it is, 7 goals to Zedan, 4 goals to the Wolves. Jero goes with the driving shot up the middle of the field, trying to get this one up here for Canale. Canale called off it in turn there by Diego. Diego feeds it up this time here now, once more for Ahmed. Ahmed tries to come onto the line of the ball, couldn't quite get onto that one there, but first of all it is going to be Zedan. Clearing this one away, couldn't get the second shot off on that one there, but we get a whistle on the play. An initial lovely clearing play there by Zedan, but regrettably couldn't quite get onto that second one. And we have another penalty for here now, another 60-yard penalty in favour of the Wolves.
I had something intelligent to say. No, you were just looking. Yes, I had noticed.
So Diego Raja once more circling around on Chiquita. Diego, he drives, he shoots, it's clean over the top this time, and straight through the middle of the pylons it is. Another one on the board there for the Wolves. 5 goals it is the Wolves. 7 goals to Zedan though here in the 5th chuck, and just over 4 minutes left to play. So the two teams back in the middle of the field for a line out. It's just looking to take his goggles off, can't quite see with the old shades on. We get a whistle on the play. 3:57 the clock stops at here now as umpire Ban lines the two teams up, looking for a vague resemblance of a gap to get this ball back into play once more. Ball, ball into play, cleaning out the back of the line, out it is. We have the two big guns at the back door picking it up now. Jero comes onto it here now, juggling the ball in the air. Jero on the move. Jero, he gets hooked off out of it now, leaves it for Diego. Diego cuts this one open out towards the middle of the field here now. Didn't quite get the distance to get that Canale, but always quickly onto it is going to be Monteverde. Monteverde onto the ball here now. Monteverde just checks up, looks over his shoulder, see if he can make the turning play, straightens this one up here now. Across onto him now comes Diego. Monteverde checks up once more. Monteverde goes inside. Monteverde. Lucas Monteverde on the move here now. Lucas Monteverde going with the shot. Straightens this one up here now. Looking at little Matura run here now. Goes under the neck with that one there. Couldn't quite get hold of the next shot. But goes a little bit wider. Takes it out towards the boards here once more. Looking to make a bit of space and time for himself. Being pressurised there by Diego. Cuts this ball away. Diego comes onto the ball here now. Diego Raja on the ball. Raja sends the driving shot, sends this one up the board, tries to get this one up for Canali. Canali takes the hooking play, leaves the ball behind now for, once more, it is Pelagio looking to feed it up there for Monteverde, but quickly onto it was Diego. Diego letting little Chiquita run here now. Diego gets a good driving shot onto that one there. Can't come onto that play, but Pelagio sends it back in towards the middle there for the unmarked Gato Gandara. Gato with a little bit of time. Gato goes one shot under the neck, and we have the man down on it. There's Geronimo. Turns on the play, and the pony comes down. Hero quickly back on his feet. Just quickly loosens the girth of the pony. Well done, young man. So we have 2:27 on the clock. 7 goals to Zedan, 5 goals to the Wolves. As Lucas Monteverde opts to quickly change ponies onto this magnificent little grey pony by the name of Paloma. So the umpire just lines 2 teams up with the ball was from the inside out, and in comes the ball. The ball's into play. Hero comes away with it here this time. Hero looking to clear this one away here now from the Wolves. Hero called off it now by Diego. Diego goes under the net looking to get this one up for Canali. Canali picks this one up here now. Canali goes, lets the ball settle there. Beautifully positioned out the front there. Ahmed on the move here now. Ahmed settles down on that one. Pony just helps him out a little bit. Can't get back onto that one there, but coming onto the backhand there. The ball flicks up forward once more. Can Augustine Canali get in? Tries to play an interesting little shot there, but it looks like that ball carries out over the back line. So 1 minute 47 on the clock. 5 goals it is to the Wolves, 7 goals it is to Zedan. The ball's brought back into play by Lucas Monteverde on Paloma. The driving shot goes out here this time, looking to send that one up there for Zedan. Zedan looking to come onto the play now, but he can't get onto the line, but quickly onto it is going to be Diego. Diego sends the backhand, looking to feed this one up to Canali once more, but he's covered in the play there by Monteverde. He couldn't get the backhand off, and it is now Canali going goalward bound, looks up at the goals, drives this one in towards the goal, and what does the goal judge say? He says, yes, there's another one on the board for you there, Wolves. 6 goals it is to the Wolves, 7 goals it is to Zedan. With just over a minute left to go before the first 2 to goes, unless the scores are all tied up and we'll play the extra 30 seconds. Two teams lining up here now, and umpire bound, looking to get this ball back into play it is, coming off with here, Ahmed looking for that ball there, Azizero with the backhand, clearing it away, there's Gato sends it through, looking to set up Pelagio going back onto the ball here now, Pelagio Berazadi checks up on the play, it's called off it there by Monteverde goes with the big driving shot, sends that one in, it ricochets off the pony and back towards his back line it goes, and out over the back line it is. So the ball now will be placed on the back line for Geronimo to bring back into play. The ball on the back line, quickly bring it in now is Diego on the move here now, some 15 seconds left, it's a big high mountain to climb, but they're going to have a go if they can of the walls here now, never say die. Diego goes with the driving shot here now, tries to send this one up here for Gero. On the ball it is Canali rather. Canali sends it up on the near side, but it's cut out with a little backhand and sent further out there by Pelagio into open space. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of the first match here this afternoon, with the score being 6 goals to the Wolves, but Zedan running out the winners on 7. And ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. We'll have our second match this afternoon, which will be between Bintrai and Idris.